Okay, so back again with just a little update on my situation. Gonna head out tomorrow morning about 5 a.m. Headed up there to Massachusetts. So far, I'm seeing on the news high winds and tornado warnings for that whole northeast region, and basically that's my whole route. So I'll just take it in stride as I go. This will be maybe the third time I've rode through some real rough, jacked up weather. It's not the best thing to drive in, but you got to get your loads there on time. So we'll just roll with it. But I'm just really not looking forward to going back out. I mean, this has been a great home time. It seems like every time I come home for home time, I'm just like, do I really want to go back out? You know what I mean? I don't. And for some reason, I just don't feel like looking for another job because the company that I work with has been good to me. They're not located anywhere close to where I live. So getting home for home time has been really, it's been good. They don't mess around with that. If you put in for your home time, they get you home a day before your home time. And yeah, they've been really good to me. I'd honestly say I wouldn't want to change it up. And I'm not the type of person who likes to change stuff up. I will ride a bad situation out, okay, until it gets rid of me. I've always been that type of person. So I've just been lately thinking that, OTR is really putting a bend in my life, my situation. I miss being at home. I miss my dog. I miss everything about being at home. I want to lay around like I'm doing right now, TV in the background. I got a book right here I'm reading. If I want anything, it's right there in the kitchen. If I don't want to do anything, I don't have to get up. I miss that. And it's like, should I be getting back to that? The pay is good. It is what it is. You ride your miles and get your loads and stuff like that and hit some bonuses and things like that here and there. You be all right. But sometimes it's just like switching home comforts for a paycheck. It's just not, it's not for everybody. And I've enjoyed sightseeing, I have, but at the same time, I'm not the type of person to just go out and venture by myself. I ride solo, all 48 states almost, just about. And I don't really get off of my truck. I like to stay safe. I've seen too many stories so far of things happening to truckers. I listen to a lot of stories on YouTube of truckers, who've had bad experiences mixing with people, seeing things, going through stuff on the side of the road. And one day I had a delivery down in Texas, Dallas to be exact. And I took this load down there, and then I had another pickup close by in the Dallas area. So it was already about 1 a.m. So if you know trucking in Dallas, finding parking can be rough, especially after a certain hour. So I goes over there, I picks up the load. I probably could have stayed there, but I follow trucker path sometime, and it didn't say that they allowed overnight trucking. I mean overnight parking. So I got up out of there. I had about maybe 2 hours left to my clock before I had to shut down. And I start moving on else. I'm coming on up the road and I'm seeing that, every truck stop, anywhere that I pass by, Loves or whatever, look full. They were full. So there's nowhere to really park unless you go and you park on an off ramp. And that's what I did. So I parked on this off ramp, I think exit 73 off of 75 North. And I parked for the night. When I parked, there was 3 other trucks there. Could have been 4, but anyway. I wakes up. It's probably about 10, 11 o'clock. So my clock is almost reset. I was there for about 9 hours. So I gets up, I start getting ready, wash my face, the routine, brush your teeth. I get ready to pre-trip my truck. And the next thing you know, I'm sitting there about to go on clock. And a man comes up and knocks on my window. And he's in his about 60s, older white man. And he was looking real strange. I thought he was homeless. So when he knocked on my window, he had like this long gaze to him, like he was confused or something was wrong. But nowadays you just can't trust people, so you don't want to roll your window all the way down because they be done jumped up in there with you. You just never know. So I looked at him and I said, I don't have no money because I don't. I carry my debit cards, and I said I don't carry cash on me because I barely use it. I use my debit card everywhere I go. But anyway, he knocked again after I told him I didn't have any cash, and I looked back at my EOD to go on duty, and he said, call the police. He mouthed it. And I looked at him And I looked at his clothes, and he had blood all over him. Around his neck was really red, and he was grabbing his neck. And I cracked my window. I said, "Sir, are you okay? Are you okay?" And he started getting dizzy, like he was gonna faint in the road. So I said, "Let me call the police." So I called the police for the man, and I'm telling the dispatch what's going on. You know, she's asking me where we're at. I'm trying to give her the best information I can give her. And he starts to fall out. So I'm like, "Sir, get on the grass." Because mind you, I'm on an exit ramp. So he's basically in the road. And he gets on the grass and he sits down. Like he falls down, sits down. And so I put my shoes on. I get out the truck, you know, which you never want to do because you don't know what's going on really. He couldn't tell me what was going on. And there could have been a killer or somebody around in the bushes or whatever. You just never know. So I look around and all the other trucks that were there at night, they were gone already, you know, on about their way. So my truck has a camera on it. It can really only see straight ahead and maybe a pinch of the side of the truck. So hopefully, you know, it captured something. But anywho, I'm on the phone with dispatch and she's like, "Okay, I'm getting police out there as soon as I can. I'm getting an ambulance out there to you as soon as I can." So I gets on the grass and I'm asking the man what's going on. And he said that these men robbed him, beat him, and tied something around his throat and was pulling it. They tried to kill him. They took his truck keys, his wallet, and things like that. But he said it happened at a Walmart in Atoka. Now, I'm not from Texas. I ain't from Oklahoma. So any of those type of places to me, I couldn't tell you where that's at. And as he was talking, he was spitting up this thick red blood. I mean, the blood was so thick, it looked like it was from the movies in the 80s. It was very thick, very dark red blood. And so next thing you know, it was just out of nowhere. On the off ramp comes a Denton, Texas police officer. I flagged him down so quick. He pulled over fast, came running over. He's like, "What's going on?" And I'm explaining to him, you know, what's going on with the guy or whatever. And so he gets on his radio or whatever, and he's calling in for backup and stuff like that. And I basically gave him all the information I had, and that was it, you know. And they took my information, and I let them know, you know, there's a camera on my truck. And if they needed to contact my company for any footage, they can do that. So we exchanged information and they let me go on about my way. So one thing I do wish I would have asked the guy was, what was his name? You know, it was such a frantic situation. I didn't ask him what his name was. I asked him what happened. Can he give me a description of the people? He said it was 3 white men in a tow truck. So I don't remember hearing anything, but the crazy thing is like the officer said, it couldn't happen in Atoka. It happened right behind you on this ramp because his truck is further down behind you. So either it happened there and he drove here, or it happened back behind your truck. So one thing for sure, two things for certain: sleeping on them off ramps and on ramps is definitely dangerous, especially in those places where it's not well lit, and these states where there's high crime and stuff like that. Y'all be careful out there in them trucks. Do not do it. And if you have to pull up to one of them truck stops and park close to it or whatever you got to do, you do that. But make sure you just do not park in these weird, seedy places, isolated places, even if it's a rest area. If you the only truck there or whatever, think twice. You know what I'm saying? Arm yourself with something, sledgehammer, regular hammer, a knife, anything. Some truckers do carry, regardless of what their company policy is. Some truckers do carry. So if that's what you feel comfortable doing, all about your one life that you got, you do what you got to do. But after that happened to me, I was just like, "Girl, don't be sleeping on around these weird exits and stuff like that. Don't do that again." So I try my best not to. I have slept on some uh, on ramps and whatever since then, but I try to do it where it's more well lit. It's close to maybe like a Love's or whatever right there. But y'all just be careful. And those are the things that are making me get sick of OTRs. A lack of parking. There's some angry, disgruntled truckers out there. I was listening to this guy. I'm gonna forget his name, but he had wrote this book recently. It's called The Long Haul, and he's actually investigating with the FBI 450 active serial killers currently at this moment that are truckers, and they are, you know, being investigated all over the United States. So with that being said, ladies, be careful out here trucking, and some of y'all men be careful too. You know, you want to get buddy buddy with people. It does get lonely out here, but remember, you can always be your own best friend. Figure it out because it's not worth your life. But I'm not looking forward to getting back on the road. I don't want to go, but I know I have to. I'll be out for 4 weeks. Next, I'm gonna take my home time. going on vacation, going to the Ozarks, chill out in a nice Airbnb, have some downtime, and just, call it a home time. But I'm going to start looking for a local job, something that'll keep me back where I'm from, get me off the road, get me home nightly. And that's about it. Never going full time back to dental ever again. Currently online working on data analytics and things like that, certifications. So, you always just want to keep something in your back pocket, keep yourself moving forward. Always add to what you have. Just because you have one career doesn't mean you should stick with that. If you got time, you got energy, try to work on something else. Take your time doing it if you have to, but don't stay stagnant in one position ever in life. And seeing as how the economy is going, you always want to have an option. So just keep that in mind. Always keep building on yourself. Always keep learning. Never stop learning. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off the beat as typical. Enjoy my last little moments of home time. I'm gonna roll out of here at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. Finishing up some laundry. I'm gonna go down here and check on my truck. Pre-trip it, do all of that, top some of my fuels up, make sure that my coolant and everything's right, check my oil. And yeah, maybe I'll do one down the road or whatever, but just checking in with y'all. Not really much of somebody who wants to be on YouTube and things like that. This is just like one of those outlets. It's kind of nice to just be able to get it off your chest. It's kind of like a diary. You know what I mean? It's kind of nice. So I did miss it. I do miss it, and every once in a while I will just drop one. But that's my update. I'm out here OTR trucking. I'm going on 1 year, and I miss home. I'm sick of it. So we'll see where this goes. I'll start looking for a job local, and I'll let y'all know what comes up. Have a good day.